Hello and welcome to another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. With me, one of your hosts of two, Owen, and my other host, Dave, who's over there on the laptop doing the technical business. And this episode, we're going to be covering the second test match between India and England. And do you want to speak at some point, Dave, so they actually know you're there?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
You
want to do news first or how our week's been?
to be honest, my week, I'm just gradually, although it's only Monday, so I'll do how my last week was. And I'm just slowly finding out how much I've forgotten from being at school. Do you find that?
No.
I just...
I had a question today. It was like a division.
Yeah, division.
I'm
all right, division.
Can't do that. You can ask me how my week's been?
Yeah, go on. Oh, Dave, how's your week been?
Yeah, all right.
Good.
It's a long
Usually
time.
when someone asks you to ask them something, it's because they have an answer.
It's been a long time.
It's been a week.
Yeah, but that feels so long. Oh, dog's such a television on. This dog, if you people that don't know, this dog, you must think this dog is the most naughtiest little dog ever. Right, news time.
Peter News. Yeah. Go on.
Two pieces of news this week.
Okay.
The first is I watched bits and bobs of the game. Really good game between New Zealand and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Where New Zealand won by the 8 wickets. Basically, it was a low-scoring game, like 200 plays 200 on most. 200, 220 to 160 plays on plays most times. It was really weird though because it was swinging around for the first 3 innings and just went into a road for the last innings. So New Zealand had to chase 100 down.
Right.
But if
chase 100 down.
Chase 100. Well,
did Kane Williamson get not out?
No, he got 62. He got out when they needed 1 run. They were bottom spinning. He couldn't find his way through, and he just ended up getting himself out. But yeah, it was really good. It was a really good test match. It was, like I said, low score.
Is this a piece of news? Or are you just talking about a game?
It's a piece of news. People want to know about this. Yeah. You want to know about it, right?
Yeah, very much, yeah.
And
I thought the news was going to be like...
Fucking Trump won. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, but like, you should do. But I thought it was going to be like short, snappy, like interesting little bit of news for people. It's like...
Okay.
We're talking... So news can just be anything.
What's cricket news?
All right, well, go on.
Does a result in a game not count as news?
I guess. Go on then.
Faf du Plessis
likes to sleep.
Has been charged with ball tampering.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you know the story behind it?
Is it? When was it?
A mint in his mouth. There's video footage of a mint in his mouth, and he's, as most people do, lick their fingers.
Oh, what? So you're not allowed to do that if you got a mint in your mouth.
But apparently
is he
not,
ball
no.
tampering, or did he just have a mint in his mouth when he was doing it and didn't realise he's not allowed to do that?
Probably the latter.
Because surely, if you...
Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? It's when do you draw the line? Because then, is it the same way you give an inch and they take a mile? Next thing we know, they're taking chunks out of the ball.
I hope that they...
It's a one-match ban.
Look at it and go...
Oh, they've already made that
decision.
decision.
He's not actually...
Yeah.
Do you know what? He's not
but
like...
He has been charged with it. I think he has...
It's just...
I think he has called it for it to go to third umpire.
Oh, right. They're looking at it.
Yeah.
I would not give him... I don't know.
He only has one more review afterwards.
You're saying he's already been punished?
Yeah, he's already got his one-match ban. But he has said, I'm going to detest this and whatnot. But
he's going to go against the ban because he's already done it.
Yeah, but
I just think it's like give him a one-match ban and go, don't do that. Because I wouldn't have thought that, would you? If you were playing?
No, it's ridiculous. You got mint in his mouth. They're saying that the sugar or whatever
he's not the first ever player.
No, he's definitely
to be
not.
Eating some sweets or something, and then use saliva to coat the ball. It's pretty grim, isn't it?
It's ridiculous if you think about it. It's ruined our fucking podcast.
Yeah, you swearing is what's ruined it.
People with tiny dicks drive past here on really fucking loud mopeds, and it really annoys me.
I haven't got a moped. Is that your 2 bits of news?
Yeah.
Right.
Should we move on? Well, that fluffy. Maybe we'll talk about that in our own time.
I think it is interesting though. Would you?
What would you have done? Would you say right? Contact mate.
I think they've done it right. If that's all, if he just gets a 1-match ban, that's fine.
Slightly harsh, isn't it?
Not really.
First innings. Second test. England versus India. India win by 246 runs. Smashed England, really, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did India look?
This game turned out like how I thought
Most
of the games are going to turn out.
I've got to be honest.
I think this is how it will.
Though
be.
I was surprised to see England take all 20 Indian wickets.
It actually gave me confidence on my prediction.
You're obsessed with this prediction.
It's
because I got knocked out in the first game.
Yeah, and it's going really well.
For those,
I think England will be able to snatch one.
For those that don't remember or didn't listen, I don't know why you didn't.
Yeah, and that's unlikely. Have you seen how many people subscribe to this podcast?
3.
There's at least 3 people that know my prediction.
So
Probably not.
that is, what was the prediction? 3-1.
3-1.
I predicted 4-1. That already got
Straight away.
overturned.
And do you remember how you ripped me saying that there definitely won't be a draw? Like,
yeah.
well, they're going to rain in India. That's how you talk as well.
Bastion's just me and Owen had a chat before this test series about one Indian player being somewhat overrated.
It was actually, yeah, we were coming up with ideas for podcasts, and Dave came up with the idea of doing like overrated players.
Well, it was your idea. I was
that
elaborating
wasn't
on
my
it.
idea.
It was.
Wasn't.
It was. Yours was underrated. Okay, that's not important.
Anyway, and we realised how impossible that is to measure.
Anyway, that's
And-
not important.
and
I said
Dave
Virat
brought-
Kohli was overrated.
Virat Kohli saying that he was massively overrated, not that good.
No, I didn't say massively
You
overrated.
did. You said he was terrible. You said he's one of the worst players you've ever seen.
Yeah. Kohli smashes 167. Decent. He's the only one that really makes runs in that team. Oh no, that's a lie. Pujara makes 119. So India hit 455 all out. England actually bring it back a little bit. India were 315 for 4, and to get them out for 6 wickets at 100.
How do you say the number 3's name?
Pujara?
Pujara. He looks class. He
Does
looks
look
like
batsman, doesn't he?
Tendulkar. Really similar technique and the way they look. I watched him play an extra cover drive, and it looked identical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Looked really good.
And Kohli looks good at home, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks like this could be a series.
What was it? So, yeah, he's quite aggressive, although it was pretty normal, isn't it? That 167 off 267.
That's the way he plays. So he's not really. He will play his
I
shots,
didn't mean the
won't he?
score was average. I meant his run
But
rate.
I think
Strike
he
rate.
does have a good. Well, that is a good strike rate, isn't
Yeah,
it? Really?
well, he's a,
And I think that's the way he played in
Do you think all the best batsmen at the moment are like that? Apart from probably Cook. But Joe Root plays at that kind of tempo,
Kane Williamson
doesn't he?
is probably slightly slower than Steve Smith and Kohli, isn't he?
But Joe Root plays in
Joe Root plays at a fast pace.
Yeah. Well, it's not really fast. It's just
Well,
they don't just. Yeah, it never does it build up pressure if they stay out there.
You know, it's strike rate of 60 plus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just constantly.
You know what I mean?
It's good to watch as well. Ashwin, he looks just better and better all round. Just looks better and better.
And yeah,
'Cause
another
he did-
50.
Yeah, he did well in the last Test match as well with the bat.
And he bats really high. I think he bats in front of the wicketkeeper.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I don't really know about the wicket keeper because he hasn't
He hasn't
hasn't
played
done
that,
anything.
No.
3 and a 2.
Jimmy Anderson was brought in for this test in
Yeah.
front of Wokes, which I think is the decision to make. Yeah, it's fine, fair enough.
It annoys me.
Do you not think Jimmy Anderson's better than
Yeah,
Wokes?
Yeah.
So who are you going to make room for?
Yeah, that's the problem. I just don't. Just annoys me because Wokes is doing so well. So now is that it now? If James Anderson's fit, Wokes has to wait until he retires.
No,
Is that the deal?
well, not in any other conditions apart from subcontinental conditions, I should imagine.
So what are the conditions? So if we're in England,
Well, if we're in
gets
England,
the
we're
team?
definitely not going to have only 2 out and out pace bowlers, are we?
Oh right, sorry, yeah, I wasn't thinking of that. All right, it still annoyed me though, He was doing so well. It's like he doesn't need to be dropped.
Jimmy Anderson comes in and just
He did well. I know.
shows us why he's
if I was
England's
woke,
best bowler.
but if I was woke, I'd have been annoyed at that.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Because if you're on bad form, you get taken out.
Unless he takes Ansari's match, which Ansari had a poor game this game. He's definitely not going to take.
I don't think it's a bad decision because you can't. James Anderson is one of the best
and,
bowlers.
Stuart Broad's injured by the looks of things, so Wokes will probably just come in for Broad for the next game. So Jimmy Anderson picks up the 3, and then Adil Rashid picks up 2, Moeen 3. Adil Rashid looks really good.
I was starting to think there's a reason why he hasn't been picked for so long.
Adil?
Yeah, he's just... he
Well,
was looking really inconsistent and poor.
That Bangladesh series, he didn't look great.
Yeah.
But this
and he's
series
done well.
He looks incredible. He looks
I don't think he did
better.
in the last Test match. I don't know if he looked incredible then. He did well in this Test match.
He looks like he's lost that 4 ball. Do you know what I mean? That ball that gets peppered to the boundary every
I don't
other
think
over.
you can lose that in a space of a game. I think a leg spinner.
No, but I think he's found his way in Test cricket.
What, in one game?
No, I think this is the game that's going to give him confidence and will give, more importantly, Alistair Cook confidence in saying, you know what, we'll continue to pick you.
I hope so.
Because he's had a great game, and in the first innings, he looked like a bowler that could. He was spinning it, and
you'd hope so though,
and consistent. It was a road on the first couple of days, wasn't it? We see India make 4-5-5.
I think that's a sign of
road.
A dangerous leg spinner. Is they should be able to turn it on any pitch.
Glass.
Do you know what I mean? I hate that expression because it's just not on glass, on cricket pitches. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's like Shane Warne, or that you can't compare him to Shane Warne, but even on like day 1 at Lords, Shane Warne would be ripping the ball. He should be. Leg spinners should be getting that kind of. Otherwise, it's just like nothingy bowling. It's not dangerous.
If you think about it, he's only going to be able to bowl wicket-taking deliveries if he's consistent in putting it in a spot. Which I honestly think.
I'm more bothered about the turn though.
Well, if
he can gain consistency.
It's got a pitch as a
what,
I know,
but you're saying it is turning, so that means once he gets consistency, he's going to be dangerous.
Which I think we're starting to see that. Honestly,
because if he pitched the ball and it didn't turn, then pitch it where you like.
I was critical of Rashid during the Bangladesh series, not as much as I have been in the past, but I'm really pleasantly surprised to see.
I didn't know Joe Root had bowled.
This month.
Bowled 2 overs and not taken a wicket? What's that about?
That's a shame. It's a surprise as well.
Got a golden arm.
I want to talk to you about Ben Stokes with his bowling. Going at 3.65 there.
How many overs he bowled?
20.
20. Taking a wicket.
Is he being slightly expensive this series with the ball? Hasn't been that many wickets, but
I don't know.
I think
it's weird, isn't it? You can't. It's hard to judge him because an all-rounder, you've got so many chances to do well, and he can go for quite a while not doing much. Although he has
been consistently
before, the run up to this. So I think you can give him. Doesn't at least that catch he took, and Rashid dropped Kohli, didn't he?
Yeah,
on
that's
51 or something.
That
was off Stokes.
That Stokes catch was in the Indian second innings.
Yeah,
that was behind him.
Yeah. I think he's made it look more spectacular than it is. If you watch it, not that it's not a good catch, it's a really good catch, but he's actually, the ball is in his hand before his feet have left the ground.
Oh, right.
And then it's that like huge, spectacular goalkeeping dive. It's like...
Though I enjoyed it.
He could have just fallen like a log. It wouldn't have looked
It's
as
not
good.
quite Andrew Strauss so far, was it?
No.
That's... Shall I tell
That's amazing.
Shall I tell you the story behind me watching that? I was in the bath.
I've heard this story
You heard it?
times. You've told me so many times.
And I was in the bath and I turned the television right up. And I heard this catch. I just run and just...
What, Starkers? Or
may have
sort
had
of
a towel.
a scrambled towel wrap?
Maybe.
Or maybe just Starkers, just running...
and drenched everything. It was worth it for the catch. Anyway.
Do you know who the umpire was?
Steve Buckner. No,
yeah.
did Steve Butler?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know who the bowler was?
Simon Jones. No, it's Hoggard, wasn't it? It's getting away from it. Andrew Flintoff.
Yeah. Do you know who the batsman was?
It must have been a left-hander.
Yeah. Flintoff got him out pretty much every time.
Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the picture, the picture that was taken,
Mm-hmm.
everyone but the umpire in the picture is off the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Freddie's off the floor in his run through. Gilchrist is off the floor looking behind him as he's turning. And the Wiki and First Slipper jumping, watching the ball, and Straussie's in the air.
Brilliant.
I know a lot about that photo. Little M Power in the background.
Do you want to move on to the England second innings?
I guess we have to.
Yeah, 255 all out.
Yeah.
Find yourself at 80 for 5 again, Owen.
Yeah, we were all up for Duckett as well. And it's sort of, I think you've got to stick with him. And we've got to bite. We've got to bite the bullet.
I'm anti that.
I think we've got to bite the bullet and just go.
Can we get on that towards the end? Because I've got a lot to say about that. I think that.
What, with Duckett or the innings?
No, the Duckett.
Oh right. Oh well.
Does 80 for 5 worry you again, Owen?
Well, it happens all the time. I'm quite happy with the opener. With
Hamid making 13 and getting run out in true boycott fashion doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Does it bother you?
No, I love it. I'm not worried about Hamid.
I think we found an opener there.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got all the qualities of being an opening batsman. Have you seen the size of him?
How does he get the ball to the boundary?
So small,
and his arms are tiny.
But how old is he? Like
19, is it?
Is it 19?
He was a teenager. I know that for sure. Yeah, he's 19. He's 19.
You'd hope he'll be on some program and it won't take him long to get bigger. And then he's got the technique.
I don't think he needs to get bigger. He can just boycott it as far as I can. If he, I like to watch him bat. He looks chilled as well. Yeah, when you look at players, like if I was out there, I would be a mess. But he looks really just like Cookie-esque, isn't it?
You and him are just totally different. Yeah, but
Although there is, if Batty can get in the team at 39,
yeah, you've got time.
There's chance for me.
You've got time.
I mean, you 15 years to really try out.
Well, and you need to actually play a game, don't you?
15 years,
really? Because say a couple of years getting used, finding out your game.
No, I reckon I'll just shoot through it. Anyway, that's not important at the moment, is it?
Could be if you have an international career, but that's probably why you won't make it.
Ben Stokes, 70. Oh, actually, Joe Root gets out with a silly shot, but
what shot did he play?
Come down the wicket, gets caught at long arm.
What, in the second innings?
First.
All right. Well, how did he get out in the second innings? Oh, LBW.
Filthy LBW. Yeah.
Did he play a bad shot?
No, kept low. Filthy.
Oh, that's how.
Filthy.
He got out as well.
Dirty.
Yeah, it kept really low and turned.
Decent.
Why are you being weird?
Ben Stokes, me and you have been very critical of Ben Stokes in the past. I mean, like, we don't like him. But he has been brilliant this tour.
You were just having a go at him a second ago.
Yeah, in the bat he's been brilliant. He's just a brilliant person. I love him. I love you.
You were just having a go at him. Saying
he's slightly expensive with the ball, which is granted. I think he has been. But with the bat, especially against India and Bangladesh, he's been fantastic. If not one of the best England
He's not
players.
really the person you want in the situation, saving a test
But he's done well. What's he made? 70 off 157. Is that like Ben Stokes?
This isn't a game show. Like it's some BBC Radio 1 fucking cheesy.
Oh, I hate that.
Welcome, Mr. Tuffles. Hello, I'm Mr. Tuffles.
What's that thing when they get the water and they have to...
innuendo. Yeah, bingo or whatever it is. Yeah, should we do that? And ruin the equipment that we brought and don't have any others.
Bairstow, 53. Again, he's brilliant.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he?
And it's lovely to see Adil Rashid make 32 not out. Great innings.
Are you on the first innings?
Yeah.
I thought we'd moved on to the second innings.
No. Anyway, again, it's the middle to late order that's saving England, isn't it? 80 for 5. They do well to get 250 from that.
Yeah, it's the bottom part of the middle order.
So
as soon as you get the openers out, I think we've
Joe
sort of
Root.
got our top 3 sorted.
yeah, definitely.
And then you're just going to pile drive straight through until you get to about 7.
That's
6
not
or 7.
true.
It is.
Well, not if Stokes comes in at 5. Oh no, but Moeen comes at 5, which I think Moeen's been brilliant this subcontinental tour. It's
Would you be
Duckett.
bothered about him coming in though? If you were
No,
you've
you're
got to
not.
get another wicket now, or you'd be like, oh,
You're more
no,
about
we'll
Stokes,
get another
I think,
wicket.
and Bairstow. I'll sort this out towards the end. In my team that I'll present for the next
Cheers.
test. I will sort this out. Do not worry. India find themselves 200 ahead at the end of the first innings. And then one man again drags them through.
Yeah, Virat Kohli. He's just very, very
81
good.
off 109. That's a smashy.
Jinky will do as well when he plays
No.
in England.
No, definitely not. So he's got an average of 45, not 55.
Mm.
Though, in England, get India 162 for 9.
Yeah.
Then they didn't pick up that last wicket, 204. It hasn't made a difference, but
Well, it did.
I think it took.
It's just
the win.
psychological, isn't it?
I don't think so, because England,
I
did they
do.
make? 80 for
That's why I
naught?
said it.
Did England made 75 for 1, so it's not like it knocked over the openers.
No, I didn't say that. But it's just, it makes it bigger, doesn't it?
I don't
It's
think
like setting
I
300.
don't think England were ever going to chase that. I don't
No,
think England
but
ever wanted to.
Setting 390 is not as intimidating as setting 400.
But I don't
It's
think
just
England
not.
set themselves up for that.
What do you mean?
The run chase. I don't think that was ever on.
Or what you think? What
They could have
you
made
don't-
350. They could have made 400. England weren't chasing those runs.
Well, you think
They were gonna
not
bat
that
for
it
the draw.
wasn't on, just that it wasn't in their mindset. They thought we're not even going to try. And
I don't
chase
think. I
this.
don't think it was on.
What do you mean by that? You mean they weren't trying to do
I don't
it,
think it
or
was
you
possible.
don't think it
I
was
don't think it was
possible?
actually possible to chase 400 in 130 overs, whatever it was.
Even after they started a bit slowly.
It's a 4.5. It's on the 4.5 day, 5 day, 5th day to chase 400 on that. That's going to be difficult. Broad is supposed to be injured. Picks up 4 wickets, bowled really well. Was unlucky not to get his fifer, to be honest. And my new favourite man, Adil Rashid, picks up 4 as well. Bowled really well the second innings zone. Was really, really good. I know you like watching him bowl,
Any leg spinner.
but Adil Rashid looked like
He should be though,
he's got
shouldn't he?
some really. Do you like his variations? Do you like a leggy that's got all
He got the I saw.
an LBW?
Who did he get
great
out
LBW.
with a googly? And that's why they reviewed it, and it was out because he was given. It was umpire's decision,
Yeah.
and pitched outside off.
Mm-hmm.
It was a googly, came back, and then you could see the. I don't remember who it was, but it was speaking to Virat Kohli, and you could see they decided to review it because it was the googly,
Yeah.
but it was just clipping, and the umpire had given him. So
Do you like a bowler with variations, or do you just like to see that ripping leg break come out?
yeah, it can't hurt, can it? Having good variations. I like the fact he tries them as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's got bottle. Though he did get whacked towards the end, but
That'll happen.
that will happen.
Yeah.
Is it Yadav made 27 while Shami made 19. They're going to try and whack the leg spinner, aren't they, the last two? And more often than not, he'll probably pick up wickets. So England needed to chase, what was it? 400?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And let's talk about, the openers, the top 3, the only, and Bairstow. We have a great bit of rear guard here, don't we? from the opening 2 for the first 75 runs, which must have taken on an age.
Well, it was. I think they took 40 overs, or it might have been 50.
To
I
get
think it was
75.
50. Yeah, I think it was 50 overs.
Well, to
just
get-
over 50 overs.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wow, they haven't got past 100 yet.
Which is
So I imagine just being in a one-dayer, and the openers are still there, and they've got
What
70.
do you think about that? Because that's probably great for Cook and Hamid, and Root could probably play in that manner because he's such a good player. But I'm looking at Duckett, Moeen, Stokes, and Bairstow. Can they play in that manner? Is that what? Should you set your team up for that? Because is it hard? I imagine it's hard to change gears during innings.
What question you asking me?
Should they have set up to just
Should everyone
block
have
out?
played like that?
Well,
like the openers did.
they quite obviously set up to just try and block.
Well,
Should they have done that, or should they try to have played slightly more
I
natural?
think you've got a good point that you can't.
Because that middle order,
Chasing 400 is just in those conditions. It's just it's like it would be unbelievable. But the other thing is if you go for we're just going to block out, you actually just create more pressure, and then actually you can end up doing even worse, because then you don't, when they bowl a bad ball, you don't hit that either, and then the bowlers they bowl better because they know they've got room for error.
I think the only way England were going to come away with anything from this game, a draw, is if Alistair Cook batted all the way through.
Yeah.
And that ball right before the end of before the end of the day, just
horrible, isn't
killed
it?
it. Didn't
That's horrible. Yeah, he needed one of his, he needed to be there at the end of day 5 and looking like he could have batted for another 5 days. Do you know what I mean? When he just gets in that thing of blocks anything unless it's short and wide, and then he might cut it if he feels like it.
So
that didn't happen.
After England lose their first wicket for 75, then they're all out 158. That's what's that? 75 runs later. What's that? That's not nice.
No, it's just this team does that. I think, but it happens all the time.
Is that the conditions, or is that the quality of the batsman?
I think
it was difficult to watch.
I think it's concentration with a lot of these players.
So a fifth day wicket's going to
because sometimes they play a game, you're like, wow, they're brilliant, they're amazing, and then they have this, and it's like, wow, what's happened? So I think it's just a bit of concentration, and also I don't think it's easy to bat. It's hard batting conditions, and against bowlers that are good in those conditions, so it's always going to be hard chasing a monumental score. Mm-hmm. So I think India just set it up really well.
Do you know what it kind of felt like? Cook's out, we're out.
Cheesy.
It kind of just felt like you look at that and Duckett falls the over after the first, and that's right. Let's talk about this team. India win 246 runs, blah, 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 blah. Your team for the next game, what changes are you going to make? Are you going to make any? Broad.
Did you say Broad's injured?
I think Broad's going to walk around
and bring in Wokes. Yeah. If Broad's injured, but apart from that, I'll stick with the
keeping Ansari. Hasn't had the greatest of test match.
I don't mind.
You know, keep him.
What if Broad is
fit? What if Broad is fit?
Keep it the same.
Keep it the same. Yeah. Wokes can't come in for Ansari.
I wouldn't.
Ansari apparently was ill during this test match.
I'm amazed that people don't get. Everyone I've ever spoken to who's gone to India gets ill. It's just a thing. So I'm surprised. Like Stokes is saying he can't find any food to eat. That's the hardest thing he's having.
Because Ansari didn't bowl in the second innings at all. So he will be probably fit enough for the...
Yeah, I wouldn't change the team.
I'm changing the team.
What would you do? Batty?
No. I'm happy to keep Ansari in there. I'm not happy to keep Duckett in there.
Who are you putting in instead of Duckett?
So I am going to move Bairstow up there. Bairstow's going to bat at 4. He's not going to have the gloves anymore.
And you bring Butler in?
Butler will take Bairstow's spot. Bairstow, I think, is a better batsman than Duckett. It's certainly in better form. It might be a bit...
Butler would be a good player to save you in that situation as well. You know he'd be able to face 200 balls for 20 runs.
It's better than getting naught. I'd rather him hit 36 out of 6 balls than get naught.
Yeah. Well.
Naught.
I don't think he tried to do that.
Though Duckett's is finding it very difficult against spin, isn't he? He keeps on getting out to spin, and he just looks slightly. He tried to attack
anyone
today.
Not got out to spin.
Though a lot of the other players are making scores before they do get out.
Not really.
Do you know what Duckett's international career average is at the moment?
32?
15.
15, oh wow.
High score of 54 against Bangladesh, which was a good innings, but he was smashing it about that time. I think I want to make that change. But I'm happy to keep the bowlings. I'd like to see Broad back if he's going to wear this moon boot for the next week or so. Keep himself out of trouble. But if not, Wokes has got to come in. Keep Ansari, I like that. We've got 30 seconds left until the half an hour mark. Did we have an intro for this?
An intro for
Owen?
Schenker's talking into my microphone.
For Owen's exploration into YouTube.
Into what?
Into YouTube? YouTube.
Oh,
can we get Owen to subscribe to anything?
Right. Who was the bloke you recommended?
Well, we've spoken about this.
Who is he?
What's
his name?
Jimmy Conrad. I asked Owen
Yeah.
to have a look at last week, and we spoke about this off air. Saying,
It's too cheesy.
yeah, I don't want you to bitch about.
I'm not.
I don't want to be critical about.
He's got loads of subscribers, so
Yeah, but
I don't think
like,
it's going to hurt him.
when we did this, I didn't want to think, Owen, you'll give a review, because YouTube is for people to review themselves, isn't it? Really, you subscribe or you don't. That's kind of what it
Right.
is.
Well,
isn't it?
I didn't subscribe to him.
And you wouldn't be bothered about looking back.
No.
So
you're going to give me another one?
I thought he would be best because, you were slightly skeptical about listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, weren't you? Really?
No.
We've spoke about it before.
My thing is if you're listening to someone who doesn't have a massive background
in what they're talking
yeah,
about,
then you need to have some other sort of connection to them to find it interesting.
And you
listen to what's his face, the guy from In-Betweeners, talk about football.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the connection from him being in-betweeners and stuff like that, and that's why you're bothered about listening to him.
Well,
or you know what I mean. That's why you have some sort of
why I was
interest.
drawn to him, if you like.
Yeah.
So I thought Jimmy Conrad would be good because he was an ex-international footballer,
Right.
and he's also got a media background. But it hasn't worked. I'm going to give you a new YouTuber name to look at. I would give you podcasting names, but I don't know any.
I'll recommend you some podcasts.
I don't want to listen to a UFC podcast.
Well,
I don't want to do
well,
it.
that's just completely.
I do listen to
just completely
podcasts, but I don't
close-minded.
think. I don't.
Okay. I'm up for doing stuff, but obviously you just shut my. Well, it's all right. It's all right. We can just do your ideas. That's
Every week, Owen asks for you to subscribe. That's you. You talking right now.
fine. Me.
No. Hey,
No one's
you.
talking.
And Owen hasn't subscribed to anybody. I haven't subscribed.
I have just not. I've subscribed to podcasts.
Yeah, but no, YouTube. Well, that's the platform we're on at the moment.
Yeah, I know, but
So anyway,
podcast, innit?
I'm going to give you someone that I've watched.
Stone Cold.
I wish you had a YouTube channel. The Rock has. Not very. No, I don't want to be critical because YouTube is for
Come
everybody.
on, get on with it. We're over the time limit.
No, we're not.
There isn't really a time limit. Come on. Who is it? Who is it?
It's a person called Casey Neistat.
Oh, wow.
Casey
Wow.
Neis.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
That's what people
Okay.
at home might want to write it down.
Go on. What's he do?
He is a filmmaker, but he
Right.
does do daily vlogs. He just finished his daily vlogs actually,
Right.
and I have watched him in the last 2 weeks. I only found him out 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
More than I've watched television.
Right.
He is my favourite ever YouTuber.
What's he do? What are the videos
Daily
about?
vlogs about his life.
About making videos.
No, about his life. About
Going
what
to
he
the
does.
Shop. I
Yeah,
need
going
more
to the shop.
information.
Literally going to the shop. It's about
How many people watch this?
he has got like 4.5 million subscribers.
Million.
Yeah, he's he's the best YouTuber I've ever watched. I don't want to say this because I don't want to
Million.
try and judge, cloud
And it's
your
just
judgment.
people
But his life is really cool.
going and buying cameras.
He has a
nice
a motorized skateboard. He just rides around Manhattan with.
Oh, you see, I knew.
So cool.
You were saying, yeah, he's such a.
Sorry?
He was like, oh, I want to get a motorised
I do.
skateboard. Do you not think it would be so cool? And
It
I
would
think,
be cool.
he's come up with this idea all on his own. As he's always,
What?
and then a couple of years
He
ago,
loves
that was
drones.
stupid,
He loves
wasn't it?
drones. I love drones.
And then
I
you're
haven't got
talking
a
about
drone.
that as well.
I want a drone. I want
Nothing
to.
original.
Anyway. Oh no! Here's a top tip. I was getting my car
Top
cleaned the other day. No, this is
Go on
this
then.
is-
Go on.
I was getting my car cleaned the other day, and I was watching the Casey Neistat video. Group of lads came past and started cheering his name while I was watching the video. If you want to
What?
make friends, watch his
are you
videos in
talking about?
public. I made friends.
What, they knew you were watching the video?
Yeah, they could
How
see-
close did these people get to you?
I was sat down on. I was watching, getting my car clean, so I was sat down on a bench.
Right.
They walked behind me. They could see I was watching it on my iPhone, and they were like, "Whoa, Casey Neistat, whoa!" And I was like, "Whoa!" Back
you
to them.
weren't?
No, I was like, "Oh, I really like Casey Neistat." I was like, "Yeah, cool." They were a lot younger than me, but
That's
you could make friends through this man.
painful.
Please do what if you want to watch him. Please watch him. I'd like to see what you think about this one. This one might be throwing you to the deep end, but
What? How cheesy are you? Might be throwing you in the deep end
well, it might
on
be.
YouTube.
Well, because you're not very comfortable with those kind of things.
Well, like, not very comfortable.
Well, you've never watched them before.
But why would it
I've
make
just
me
said
uncomfortable?
daily vlogs, and you're like,
Why would
how
it
can someone with How can 1.5 million people want to watch
I
someone
didn't say
go
that.
to the shop?
Didn't say that.
I don't believe it.
I didn't say that. None of it. I didn't say any of that.
No one's listened to
I
this.
said
It's
I'm.
just under an
I said I'm
argument.
amazed that anyone.
Oh my God.
Watches him going to the shop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm amazed by. Which I don't think is that. I think it's not a weird thing to be amazed at.
But it's not people who are interested and subscribe to a lot of people are used to that on YouTube. You're not in that bracket of people, are you?
No.
So it's odd to you.
Do you reckon I'm actually going to enjoy it?
He's the best YouTuber I've ever watched.
So if I don't enjoy it, I'm done.
No, if you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it. It's simple as that, isn't it?
But if he's the best,
For me, he's the best.
I'm in trouble.
I never said he was the best overall.
just
For me,
said that
he's the
several
best
times.
YouTuber I've ever
Okay.
watched.
All right. I look forward to it.
He could be the worst for you.
Probably will be.
Let's hope not. I have my hand in a dog's mouth. Let's wrap that up now then. Guys, please subscribe. Don't bother liking. Forget that.
Why?
Well, what does it do?
We haven't had one
What
yet.
does a like do? What does it do?
Well, we haven't had one. Can one person like, and then it's done with?
Yeah.
So we've had one.
Comment
And
if you
maybe a
want.
dislike.
Though we will definitely read them. Whether that's a good thing or
let's
not.
have a comment.
I mean, if you start going after us, we will read that. We will find you.
And it will bother me.
I have a set of particular skills as well. Thanks again.
Good luck.
The next test match is on Saturday, so we'll probably see you in about a week, maybe 8 days' time, 9 days' time.
Something like that.
We'll look forward to it.
Yeah, good one.
Bye.
See you later.